Welcome to Building Fortunes Radio. Make sure you check us out at buildingfortunesradio.com. Along with our marketing partners, we're here to help our PM Marketing Network Lead customers build their businesses and make the world a better place. At Building Fortunes, we know how much your business means to you and the people important to you. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now on to our show with your host, Peter Mingles.
Hello, everyone. Peter Mingles here. You're listening to us on Building Fortunes Radio. It is the day before Easter. For all those people that celebrate Easter, happy Easter. For all those people that celebrate anything, happy whatever it might be that you might be celebrating. I get a chance on Saturdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time to share a microphone with a great gentleman. His name is Dr. Ariston Awitan. And Dr. Awitan and I have known each other for many years. He's been a customer of PM Marketing's forever, it feels like. And we've kind of followed him from where he used to live to now he even lives in my own hometown, which is really kind of great. So at least we're closer by to be able to share different things, although we don't see each other as much as we probably should, Dr. Awitan. So we probably need to do that a little bit more frequently. But the cool thing about this is we get a chance to run a business working from home. The Building Fortunes Radio platform provides an opportunity for Dr. Awitan to kind of share the things that he's working on and spread the news. And if you go to the previous radio shows that we've done with Dr. Awitan, and there are a lot of them, you'll be able to listen to the very first one where he tells you a little bit about himself, his history, his background, and more or less his passion for helping people in home-based businesses. So he knows a lot about health and nutrition. He practices what he preaches. We've been through different parables. We've been through different books, different philosophies, and now he's on to something with Vizionary and Capricoin, talking about digital currencies. And I am a digital currency observer. Can't wait until it becomes completely mainstream because as a business owner, the predatory banking fees that I wound up paying for just being able to have the privilege of taking someone's credit card or PayPal or something like that are ridiculous. So sometimes it's anywhere from 3 to 5%. So when we charge $100, I only get a chance to collect 95 or 97, which is crazy just for the opportunity for someone else to touch my money before it comes to me. So I'm really interested in what's happening with the digital coin, cryptocurrency arena, and therefore am very interested in hearing what Dr. Awitan has to share today. So Dr. Awitan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Peter. Okay, this is Dr. Ariston Awitan Jr. I was born and raised in the Philippines, immigrated to the United States in 1965, a physician by profession, orthopedic surgeon by specialty, and network marketer by choice. Today, we are going to continue our discussion about the Vizionary and Capricoin business. Now, the topic today is what makes Vizionary and Capricoin different from Bitcoin. This presentation will clarify the question that always encountered me when I shared this Vizionary Capricoin business. Without further delay, let's listen to Scott Schlimmer, one of the U.S. Vizionary top leaders. And here we go.
Ron Paul here, a former U.S. presidential candidate and 22-year congressman, had a great quote here, and this is really what people need to open their eyes to. I believe we as a nation are on the brink of a massive financial crisis, infinitely worse than the crisis of 2008, and that's because it won't be a banking and mortgage problem, but a full-blown currency crisis, the likes of which we've never experienced in this country. The savings of millions of people could be wiped out overnight. The stock market could crash by 50% or more. The way of life we've enjoyed as Americans for 50 years could come to an end. It's not a question of if this will happen, but when. That's right. As the debt continues to grow, as the jobs continue to shrink, as we continue to pile on this fake money and we print money and we have this fake economy growing, we're continuing to put ourselves in a deeper and deeper hole without a doubt. Like he said in that, the crisis is not just in real estate or not just in technology, which we saw in the late 90s and late 2000s. It's actually a currency crisis. The value of our currencies are starting to drop. And you're starting to see countries devalue the U.S. dollar, which has been the gold standard for 50-plus years. Right here, China approves usage of ruble instead of the U.S. dollar for border city. The China-Russia currency agreement further threatens the U.S. dollar. Bankers behind bars, a guided walkthrough tour of the collapse of Iceland's banking system in 2008. Essentially, they were taking on way more debt. Inflation doubled. None of the incomes increased, and there was a huge scandal and a huge crisis that went on in Iceland in 2008. Argentina's debt crisis. Country turns to UN to avoid accountability. Countries are not taking accountability. They're running up debt. They're making fake economies, and they're growing these things artificially, which is not going to be good. The Greek financial crisis. We're all very familiar with what's going on in Greece. Zimbabwe's heading for a whole new economic crisis itself. I mean, they've already gone through a huge economic crisis. It's funny because I have a picture actually of a guy that I met when I was in Spain who has a $1 trillion bill, I believe is what it is, $1 trillion bill. That value in Zimbabwe wouldn't even buy you a cup of coffee. So you can see the devaluation of the currencies from around the world. The Greeks lining up for hours just to draw 60 euros. The Greeks are just they're a perfect platform for what the rest of the world is looking and staring right into the face right now. If you have all of your money tied up, for example, in the United States, I'm an American, if you have all of your money tied up in the banking system, in the Wall Street here, and you completely tie it up to the U.S. government, we are going to be in, or you are going to be in, for a hurting unit here coming up very, very soon. I mean, I'm not a doom and gloom guy. I don't think that the whole world's going to collapse and everything's going to go bonkers, but I think there's going to be some course correction that's going to happen, and it's going to come at the expense of us if we're not careful. Bill Bonner actually has a quote here. One of the things that I wanted to talk about is the solution. So, like I just said, I'm not all doom and gloom. Not everything's going to be completely a whitewash, and we're going to have to completely start over, and everything's just going to be done. But one thing we need to do is continue to evolve. As technology evolves, we need to evolve as a society, and the currency needs to evolve. And Bill Bonner has a great quote here. Digital currency is the first improvement in money in 5,000 years. This is an actual opportunity here to evolve something into something new based on the technology growth of what's going on. So today I'm going to introduce you to a new currency, a new global currency, and an instant payment digital solution called Capricoin. So first of all, we want to set the stage here for what is cryptocurrency. Basically, it's your money in a digital form. Take your dollar bill, take that little serial number off that dollar bill, crumple up the paper, throw the paper away, and that's what you have. In its most basic form, it is an e-currency that has a serial number attached to it. There are no fees to use this currency. You can transfer money worldwide instantly in 3 seconds or less. It's protected. It's out of the hands of your government and bank. And this is one of the biggest things that has the benefits to this, is that it can't be manipulated by your government or your bank. It can't be manipulated by a third party. The blockchain technology behind this is so fantastic that they're starting to look at other ways to use this technology through the Pentagon and other things. That's how secure and how good this blockchain technology is. Now, if you don't know what blockchain technology is, don't worry about it. It's not important. You can read up on that later. It's basically how the money is secured. Solution to commerce, government regulations, and transaction speeds. All you need to pay, get paid, and transfer money is a phone. It's basically as simple as taking a picture on your phone. Now, most of us who have heard of cryptocurrency have heard of the big dog on the block called Bitcoin. Bitcoin was the first cryptocurrency. It was introduced in 2009. There are now more than 2,500. cryptocurrencies, but really only about 100 of any type of value. Bitcoin in 2009 went from worth around 1 cent, less than 1 cent actually, to today it sits in and around, depending on the day, $250 USD. So just think about that. If you would have bought $100 in Bitcoins in 2009, it would be worth $2.5 million today. Just let that sink in and register. $100 worth of Bitcoins in 2009 would be worth $2.5 million today. Here's a great story in regards to that last comment. A Norwegian man forgets about $26 Bitcoin investment, makes $850,000. He was doing a thesis paper on encryption for his college education and came across Bitcoin, decided to invest $26 into it, forgot about it for a couple of years, saw some information, some news as to the value and the popularity and how it was rising, and went and found out that he actually had about $850,000 worth of Bitcoin. He took some of that money, I think it was about $250,000 or so, and actually went and bought one of the top townhomes in Oslo, Norway, in one of the richest districts of Oslo. So did you know Bitcoin is already widely accepted worldwide as well? It's accepted by more than 300,000 companies worldwide. It's like having a debit card or bank account on your cell phone. So companies like Dell, Overstock.com, PayPal, Virgin Atlantic, Tiger Direct, 7-Eleven, Expedia, and on and on and on you could go with companies that are now accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. So you're seeing Bitcoin actually pave the way here. They're pioneering something into the space of cryptocurrency, into this new technology, and doing all of these things for opportunities like Capricoin and other coins to come along and take advantage of. Bitcoin is deemed a regular currency by the Australian Senate Committee. It's officially a commodity according to the U.S. regulations. Barclays is actually to become the first bank to accept Bitcoin. You see, every day I'm looking into this and I'm seeing new news and new things that are changing the landscape of what Bitcoin is. Bitcoin was considered a Ponzi scheme, some sort of a gamer's play where gamers online in 2009 were using it to pay off gaming debts. And now it's actually turned into a real thing, something that the government is wrapping their brain around every single day, coming up with new things and new ways to handle this, because this is here and it's here to stay. Bitcoin does have some challenges to it, though. It's got no formal marketing strategy. I'll get into that in a minute. It's perceived as an investment, so it's an asset. It's volatile and fluctuating in price. The delay in conversion to global currency. So if you want to convert Bitcoin into USD, for example, or you want to make a payment with Bitcoin, it can take anywhere up to 6 hours possibly to process that payment. Now, I know most of them go through within a couple of minutes. I think the average is right around 5 or 10 minutes, but it can take up to hours or a couple hours or 2 or 3, 4 hours. And if you want to go buy some Bitcoin on an exchange, I know it could take days to receive that Bitcoin. So it does have some challenges in that regard. It's also very expensive to mine. You have to have your own hardware, software, and electricity. You have to mine this from your very own operation. Now, you cannot even just mine this through your little MacBook Pro like I'm doing this on today. You have to have an elaborate operation in today's society to mine Bitcoin. Capricoin is a new technology. It is a new wave of cryptocurrency. It's a legitimate cryptocurrency. It's available on 3 public exchanges. It's created on true supply and demand. That's how the value for Capricoin is created, based on true supply and demand. It's designed to protect and secure finances, like I said earlier, keep it out of the third parties, out of the banks and government's hands and control. It's designed to increase in value, much like the Bitcoin. It's designed to increase in value, and it's designed to be a global digital payment solution. Now, what does that mean? That means that as merchants come on board to accept Capricoin, when they pay or get paid, automatically, instantly converts their local currency. So it takes all the risk out of it from a merchant standpoint, yet it reduces all of the fees for the merchant. Super powerful from a merchant standpoint. It's the world's first MLM on the exchanges with our own blockchain cryptocurrency. So, essentially, it is the first cryptocurrency with a marketing strategy. Now, Gary Conner had a great quote, a couple of months back, and Gary Conner is the tenured, successful cryptocurrency advisor for Capricoin Visionary. He's also the editor-in-chief of Altcoin Today. Altcoin Today is one of the leading newsletters for alternative currencies. He called Capricoin the perfect coin and said that the value could explode within 2 years. So collect as many as you can starting today. So what makes this different? This was a question that I really wanted to elaborate on. Some of the things here that I have real quickly, it's a second-generation cryptocurrency. It's an instant payment solution, so it processes payments in 3 seconds or less. Like I said, Bitcoin could take up to several minutes, several hours. No one has the technology nor the strategy Capricoin offers. It has an attractive earnings potential. It's very low to mine, so you don't need any expensive hardware, software, or electricity. Visionary takes care of all the mining for you, and the mining time bonuses that you can earn. But the one thing I really wanted to sum up here is one word. What makes Capricoin truly different and Visionary truly different from Bitcoin and all of the other altcoins that are out there today? I touched on it just a minute ago, and that's right. It's marketing. It is the first coin in the history of cryptocurrency to have a marketing strategy behind it. Now, we all know that what creates value is supply and demand. Now, I want you to think about this analogy here for a minute and how powerful marketing can be. Think about this for just 1 minute. What is the best hamburger you have ever eaten? I'm serious. Think about that. Think about it. Maybe it's down at your local joint. Maybe it's an In-N-Out burger. Maybe it's some sort of cafe somewhere. Maybe it's a barbecue that you went to where you had the best burger ever. What was that burger? Right here, I'm going to guess that nobody guessed the Big Mac. Nobody said the Big Mac. Yet, the Big Mac is easily the best-selling hamburger on the planet today. 550 million Big Macs are sold in the U.S. alone annually. That is about 17 per second. That's how many Big Macs are sold in the U.S. annually. 17 per second are sold in the U.S. Now, we all know McDonald's does not have the best hamburgers. That's not what we thought of when we said, wow, what is the best hamburger we ever had? You know what McDonald's has? They have the best marketing strategy. When you can market something and have a great strategy behind it, you can create the demand, which can create the value. Now, another great example is this time of year, I know that upgrading to the latest gaming system. Now, I'm not a gamer. I don't play Xbox. I don't even own one or anything like that. I don't know a lot about it. I don't even know what the latest and greatest one is. Is it an Xbox 5, 6, 7? I'm not even sure what it is. But I do know this, that this time of year, right around the Christmas holidays, they make just enough that they can charge whatever they want for those gaming units. There isn't enough to go around. They don't make enough for everything to go around. Apple also does this. They create value based on the marketing strategy that they have. It's not based on being the best. not based on being the biggest and being the fastest and being this. It's all about how you can market. And so when you can market something when nobody else is marketing it, look at how powerful that can be. Look at where Bitcoin went. It's at about $300 today is the value of a Bitcoin. And they did all of this. They've accepted over 300,000 merchants. They've done all of this without any kind of formal marketing strategy. And that's what Visionary is behind Capricoin. So to sum it up in one word, what makes Capricoin and Visionary different than every other cryptocurrency, the 100 that have value out there? What makes them different? We're the only one that's legitimate cryptocurrency on a public exchange that has a formal marketing strategy. So there you go, the one word. Bill Gates has a great quote called "The future of money is digital currency." I guess if Bill thinks something's going to be big, it's probably going to be big, and I'm probably going to listen.
Okay, Peter, I think it's time for commercial break.
Okay, we'll be right back. You're listening to Dr. Awitan on Building Fortunes
Thanks for
Radio.
listening to Building Fortunes Radio. If you sell a product or service, then you should check out PM Marketing's NetworkLeads.com. Just visit www.networkleads.com. For over 18 years, PM Marketing has helped distributors build their home-based businesses through lead generation, website development, automated email delivery systems, and sales training. If you're looking for a way to increase your skills and increase the number of people that see your product or opportunity, NetworkLeads.com can help. To learn more, visit www.networkleads.com. Ask about their lead management system, capture pages, personalized website, MLM training, humongous blogs, the humongous classified ad network, Building Fortunes Radio, or their webinar schedule. NetworkLeads.com can be your one-stop shop for everything you need. And now, back to our show.
And we're back. Peter Mingles here with Dr. Awitan, and we're talking about the cryptocurrency market and a specific one with Visionary and Capricoin. So, Dr. Awitan, over to you.
Okay, thank you, Peter. Now, in closing, Capricoin is a cryptocurrency now traded on publicly regulated exchanges, which are the following: Bittrex, BlueTrade, World Coin Index, and CryptoID. Capricoin uses new improved technology, so transaction is instant, like 3 seconds. Bitcoin has issues using old technology. Verification of transaction is slow and expensive, can take from 6 minutes to 6 hours to complete the transaction. It requires some $25 million a month to maintain its operation, while Capricoin does not have that overhead. Capricoin aims to become a widely accepted and trusted method of business exchange. It is developed through a collaboration between a group of technology companies in Europe and the USA. This can be that big opportunity you always have dreamt about. It is all about being here when it happens. So what makes Visionary and Capricoin different from Bitcoin? The answer is one word: marketing. Capricoin is a cryptocurrency with a formal marketing strategy at Visionary. For more information, you can call me at 713-392-5493. My website is www.instantpaylowfee.com. Listen to our previous radio shows at www.buildingfortunesradio.com. Click on my picture at the middle of the page to access the MP3 links. This is Dr. Awitan with my friend Peter Mingles signing out. Have a wonderful day and have a happy Easter, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes Radio segment with Peter Mingles. Be sure to check out the BuildingFortunesRadio.com website for our featured segments. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world.